Most cruise aficionados may not fully realize it yet, but Jamaica's Falmouth Port is quickly emerging as a serious contender to Miami's long-standing crown, already accommodating the globe's largest cruise ships. Welcome to the historic Falmouth Cruise Port, HFCP, an ambitious mega-tourism initiative blending rich cultural heritage, forward-thinking sustainability, and cutting-edge visitor facilities. Picture this. Instead of just a docking point, Falmouth is becoming its own destination, a tropical gateway with personality, substance, and real economic impact. If you're passionate about cruise travel, cultural immersion, or sustainable development, you'll want to stick around. Make sure to subscribe now because this port is evolving fast, and you won't want to miss any updates as it gears up to shine by 2027. For you to understand what's going on, let's first unpack the story of Falmouth, what it is, how it got here, and why its rise matters. Back in the late 1700s, Falmouth thrived as a sugar export hub. But after emancipation, its fortunes waned, until a pivotal moment in March 2011, when the Port Authority of Jamaica, PAJ, teamed up with Royal Caribbean to breathe new life into the historic waterfront. They reimagined the area on a 35-acre reclaimed tract, creating what we now recognize as HFCP. Two enormous berths, each 1,180 feet long with 37 feet of depth, are specifically crafted to welcome Oasis-class megaships such as Oasis of the Seas, Allure of the Seas, and Harmony of the Seas. Inside the terminal lies more than just a dock. Modern customs halls with smooth processing, offices, spacious restaurants, duty-free zones, and even residential facilities catering to crew members. What sets HFCP apart is its environmental sensitivity. Coral reefs and seagrass beds weren't bulldozed. They were carefully relocated or rebuilt into artificial reef habitats, showing real dedication to ecological balance. So why is this important? HFCP is more than a port. It's a catalyst. As global cruise travel rebounds and demand for immersive destinations grows, this development propels Falmouth into the spotlight. It promises to boost Jamaica's local economy, preserve fragile cultural assets, and create a visitor experience that's both streamlined and memorable. Essentially, HFCP positions Jamaica as a vibrant, up-and-coming rival to bigger, more established Caribbean cruise hubs. Now that we've laid the groundwork, let's dive into the facilities that make Falmouth comparable and potentially competitive with Miami. Falmouth doesn't just talk big, it delivers. The two megaship berths are capable of docking vessels over 16 decks tall, each accommodating upwards of 5,400 passengers. That's on par with Miami's infrastructure, but with far less crowding. Step into the terminal and you'll discover over 120,000 square feet of retail space. Here, visitors encounter a mix of international brands, Starbucks, Auntie Anne's, Quiznos, alongside local artisan vendors showcasing handcrafted Jamaican goods. Until 2023, Margaritaville provided a popular dining option, but now its space is evolving into a dynamic mix of local bars and restaurants, ensuring that food and drink offerings remain fresh and engaging. But it's not just about what's inside the terminal. HFCP offers premium curated excursions that tap into Jamaica's natural and cultural wealth. Thrills range from climbing the cascading tiers of Dunn's River Falls to serene bamboo rafting at Martha Brae, topped off with evening marvels like the glowing waters of the luminous lagoon. For adrenaline seekers and families alike, the Blue Hole excursion earns high praise for delivering the perfect blend of ease and excitement. And Good Hope Estate delivers an integrated day of zip-lining and rum tasting, combining adventure with authentic Jamaican refreshment. Insights from Reddit travel communities highlight how seamless the whole experience feels. Travelers recommend staying within the port or booking organized tours, since venturing out alone can feel unnerving at first. This points to thoughtful design. HFCP is engineered to deliver comfort, convenience, and a sense of security from the moment you step off the ship. So, how does this port experience compare to the giant that is Miami? Let's examine the differences. Miami's cruise operation is immense, processing tens of millions of passengers annually. With terminals A through F servicing a non-stop parade of travelers, it's efficient, but often crowded with long sea walls, waiting lines, and a sensory overload of terminals and logistics. In contrast, Falmouth takes a subtler, more intimate approach. Reddit users describe HFCP's atmosphere as clean, modern and very safe, with immigration, security and baggage logistics that feel smooth and efficient. There's no hustling through massive terminals or queuing like you're at an airport. Instead, you touch down, enjoy short, pleasant walks through bright themed plazas, grab local food and step into your pre-booked tour or the heart of town in minutes. Miami's port is strong on scale and variety, but Falmouth offers concise precision. Arrive with minimal fuss, glide through curated zones celebrating Jamaican culture and cuisine, and step out consciously into the next leg of your adventure. That curated, stress-free layout is Falmouth's signature advantage. If Miami is a sprawling metropolis of cruise traffic, Falmouth is a boutique experience with character and a human pace. As if accommodating the world's largest cruise ships wasn't ambitious enough, Falmouth has its eyes on an even more elite market, the luxury super yacht sector. Plans are well underway to introduce dedicated berths for super yachts, a move that positions the port to attract high net worth individuals looking for exclusive boutique-style maritime experiences. This expansion is strategic. It not only diversifies the port's offering, but taps into a booming global demand for high-end leisure travel. The Jamaican government and tourism leaders like Minister Edmund Bartlett are championing this evolution. They're not just talking about yachts, they're planning a broader portfolio of immersive, authentic cultural experiences that go far beyond the beach. Imagine guided tours of traditional yam farms in Trelawney Parish, or hands-on cooking classes where guests learn to prepare national dishes like ackee and saltfish from local chefs. Visitors might also explore the roots of reggae through curated music exchanges with artists in nearby Montego Bay or Kingston. These aren't the typical excursions offered at every Caribbean stop. They are experiences deeply rooted in Jamaican history, culture and community, designed to turn passive sightseeing into meaningful engagement. The goal is clear. By 2027, Falmouth wants to become the Caribbean's most desirable port of call, a place that offers not just luxury but legacy. Compare that to Miami, where luxury is certainly available but often fragmented, spread across the city's broad coastline and marinas, with a focus more on indulgence than cultural depth. Falmouth, on the other hand, aims to concentrate its offerings within one cohesive, walkable, heritage-rich destination. It's a bold plan, and if executed well, could attract a new class of travellers hungry for experiences with purpose. But these developments come with real-world consequences. Let's explore the ripple effects this growing port is having, economically and environmentally. The transformation of Falmouth into a world-class cruise and yacht destination hasn't come without cost or conscious effort. Environmentally, HFCP has taken several key steps to minimise its footprint. Its construction involved extensive dredging of the harbour, but this was coupled with the careful relocation of coral species and the creation of artificial reefs to help maintain the region's marine biodiversity. These proactive measures have set a new standard in Caribbean port development, balancing growth with conservation. On the economic front, the investment has already started paying off. The project's initial development, which cost around $269 million USD, was a joint venture between the Port Authority of Jamaica, PAJ, and Royal Caribbean Cruises Limited, RCCL. It's one of the most significant port investments in the Caribbean, and its returns are already visible. Projections for the 2024-2025 cruise season estimate over 1.3 million passengers will pass through HFCP. That influx of visitors fuels a local ecosystem of opportunities, jobs in retail, transportation, hospitality, and local crafts. It also drives improvements in infrastructure, better roads, water systems, and healthcare facilities near the port area. The town of Falmouth itself, known for its Georgian-era architecture, benefits greatly. The port lies adjacent to a UNESCO buffer zone, and the attention it draws helps preserve and promote the town's unique historical character. Perhaps the most exciting part? Unlike many mega-developments that funnel profits to international corporations, HFCP is structured to keep revenue circulating locally. Through artisan markets, local excursion operators, and Jamaican-owned service vendors, cruise passenger spending directly supports community growth and entrepreneurship. Contrast this with Miami, where tourism dollars often land in massive hospitality chains or overseas accounts. Falmouth offers a more inclusive, locally focused model, which, if protected and expanded properly, could serve as a template for sustainable development in other emerging cruise destinations. But no success story is without obstacles. Let's take a look at the challenges Falmouth still needs to overcome. Even with all the progress and potential, Falmouth's path to becoming the Caribbean's flagship port isn't without hurdles. One major concern remains safety, particularly outside the controlled perimeter of the port. While HFCP itself is highly secure, some visitors have reported feeling uneasy when venturing beyond the gates. Cases of aggressive solicitation and harassment have been noted on forums like TripAdvisor and Reddit. That's not uncommon in many Caribbean cities, but if Falmouth hopes to rival ports like Miami, it needs to ensure tourists feel safe, both inside and outside the port. There's also the issue of limited diversity in excursion offerings. While attractions like Dunn's River Falls, Blue Hole and Good Hope Estate are major draws, many visitors report a lack of smaller, more unique cultural experiences. By mid-2023, tourism authorities recognized this gap, acknowledging that future development must prioritize authentic, locally driven excursions. The kind that helps travelers discover the real Jamaica, not just its curated postcard version. Additionally, the retail experience feels repetitive to many travelers. Numerous stores inside and around the port offer similar souvenirs, mass-produced t-shirts, trinkets and imported goods. This leads to what some have called tourist fatigue, the sense that each port starts to feel the same. To combat this, Falmouth needs to further support local artisans, offering more distinct handmade products that reflect the island's deep artistic heritage. And then there's the super yacht expansion. While plans are ambitious, infrastructure still lags behind places like Monaco or even parts of South Florida. Building out exclusive marinas, concierge services and ultra-luxury hospitality facilities will be essential to truly compete in the upper echelons of the maritime tourism market. To rise to its full potential by 2027, here's what HFCP must. First, improve safety measures beyond the port perimeter. Cleaner streets, more community policing, and better signage for self-guided walking tours. Broaden cultural experiences, partnering with local historians, artists and farmers to develop new excursion options. Curate retail opportunities, offering vendor training, business support, and prioritizing authentic Jamaican products. Deliver on the promise of a luxury yacht haven, with tailored services that match the high expectations of elite travelers. If Falmouth can accomplish these goals, it won't just catch up to Miami. It may surpass it in key areas like authenticity, sustainability, and community engagement. Falmouth is more than a cruise port. It's a bold new chapter in Caribbean tourism, blending history, culture, and innovation like never before. As it prepares to welcome millions of visitors with world-class facilities and unique experiences, it offers a fresh alternative to the crowded, commercialized ports you may know. Whether you're a seasoned cruiser or a culture seeker, Falmouth's story is one worth following closely. If you found this insight eye-opening, please hit that subscribe button to stay updated on all things cruise travel and Caribbean adventures. Thanks for watching and see you in the next video.